In about 16 minutes, you're going to watch a maid of honor burn a wedding to the ground. Not the venue. Not the decorations. The entire relationship. Because she discovered the bride, her best friend of 12 years, had been sleeping with the groom's uncle. And instead of staying quiet, she told the groom. Then she told the internet. Then she walked away and watched it all collapse. But that's not where we start tonight. Tonight, we're pulling 3 files from the archive. 3 stories of people who walked into the wedding and hospitality industry and confused paying customer with untouchable royalty. A hotel guest who demanded a refund because the ocean was too loud. A bride who tried to scam her own wedding venue and got caught in the worst possible way. And a bridezilla who pushed her maid of honor so far, the MOH decided to take the whole thing down with her. Entitlement is a fascinating disease. It convinces people they can break rules, abuse workers, and treat contracts like suggestions. And then reality shows up. Let's begin.
So I've been working in hotels for about 6 years now. Currently, I'm the night manager at a beachfront resort in South Carolina. Won't say which one, but it's nice. 4-star property, great reviews, the kind of place where rooms run about $289 a night in peak season. Most guests are wonderful. Families on vacation, couples celebrating anniversaries, people just trying to relax. And then there's the other kind. This happened about 8 months ago. It was a Friday night in July, peak tourist season, and I'm working the 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shift. Around 7:30, this woman walks up to the front desk. Mid-50s. Short blonde hair. Designer sunglasses pushed up on her head even though it's nighttime. You know the look. I could already feel my customer service smile locking into place. She slaps her room key card on the counter and goes, "I need to speak to a manager." Immediately, I say, "I am a manager, ma'am. How can I help you?" And she hits me with, "I want a full refund for my stay. The ocean is too loud. I haven't been able to sleep for 2 nights." I just blinked at her. I thought maybe I misheard. "I'm sorry, could you clarify what you mean?" She sighs like I'm the dumbest person she's ever met. The ocean. Outside my window. It's too loud. The waves keep crashing all night. It's impossible to sleep. I specifically booked this hotel for relaxation, and this is not relaxing. Now, I need to be very clear about something here. When you book a room at our resort, there's a section on the website that says oceanfront room, enjoy the soothing sounds of the Atlantic from your private balcony. It's in the description. It's in the photos. There's literally a video tour that includes the sound of waves. She booked an oceanfront room at a beachfront resort in July. And she's mad about the ocean. I take a breath. Customer service mode fully engaged. "Ma'am, I apologize that the accommodations haven't met your expectations. I'd be happy to move you to a room on the opposite side of the property, facing the parking area. It's much quieter there." She shakes her head. "No. I paid for an ocean view. I deserve an ocean view. I just don't want to hear it. I am not making this up. I want a full refund for both nights, plus compensation for my emotional distress." At this point, I'm keeping my composure, but barely. I explain that I can't issue a refund because the room is exactly as advertised, and nature sounds aren't something we can control. She leans in. "Do you know who I am?" I have never, in 6 years of hospitality, met anyone important who has said that phrase. Not once. I have over 4,000 followers on TripAdvisor. I will destroy your ratings. I will call corporate. I will have your job. Now, here's the thing. I've dealt with hundreds of difficult guests. I've been yelled at, sworn at, had things thrown at me. I know how to de-escalate. But I also know when someone is beyond reason. So I smiled. Very professionally. "Ma'am, I understand you're frustrated. Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to issue refunds for conditions that are accurately described in our booking materials. However, I can offer you an early checkout with no additional fees. She stares at me. Are you serious right now? Completely, ma'am. I can also provide you with the contact information for our corporate guest relations team if you'd like to file a formal complaint. She goes absolutely nuclear. This is unacceptable. I want your name. I want your supervisor's name. I want the name of whoever owns this hotel. She's screaming now. Other guests in the lobby are staring. A family with 2 little kids quickly walks toward the elevator to get away from her. I stay calm. I give her my business card. I give her the corporate phone number. I keep my voice level and professional the entire time. She snatches the card, calls me something I won't repeat, and storms off to the elevator. But here's where it gets good. The next morning, my GM pulls me into his office. I figure I'm about to get chewed out because Karen called corporate. Instead, he's laughing. You're never gonna believe this, he says. Turns out, when corporate looked up her profile, they found that this woman has filed complaints at 17 different hotels in our chain over the past 3 years. Everything from the ice machine was too far from my room to the sunset was in my eyes during dinner. But the best part? She'd already been flagged and soft-banned from 3 other hotel chains. Marriott, Hilton, and IHG all had her on their do not accommodate lists. Our GM made the call. She got added to our chain's ban list that same day. She'll never book with us again. She'll never leave a review on our TripAdvisor because she's been flagged there too. And the ocean? Still loud. Still beautiful. Still exactly as advertised. I found out later from a colleague at a Hilton in Florida that her Hilton ban happened because she demanded a refund when a seagull landed on her balcony railing and threatened her. Some people really think the entire planet is supposed to bend to their comfort. And when it doesn't, they just break. Anyway, that's my Hotel Karen story. I've got more, but that one's definitely the most delusional.
The ocean. Too loud. You have to admire the commitment to delusion, don't you? Most people would feel embarrassed making that complaint out loud. This woman demanded compensation for it. But at least she only ruined her own vacation. At least her entitlement was contained to herself. Our next story. The entitlement spreads. It infects an entire wedding. And the coordinator who catches it. She doesn't de-escalate. She waits. She watches. And she enforces the contract at the worst possible moment. You're about to meet the venue violator.
I've been a wedding coordinator for 8 years. I've seen beautiful weddings, chaotic weddings, and everything in between. I've handled bridezillas, monster-in-laws, drunk uncles, and one groom who fainted 3 times during the ceremony. But this bride? She's the reason I now have a clause in my contract that specifically says coordinator reserves the right to halt service at any time due to contract violations. Let me tell you about the venue violator. So this couple books our venue about 14 months before their wedding date. Standard timeline. The venue fee is $8,500, which includes exclusive use of the space, basic linens, tables, chairs, setup, and breakdown. What it does not include is catering or alcohol. We have partnerships with approved caterers and we handle bar service in-house. It's in the contract. Page 2, paragraph 4, very clearly stated, outside food and beverage is strictly prohibited. Violations will result in immediate confiscation and potential forfeiture of security deposit. The bride, let's call her Madison, signed that contract. She initialed next to that paragraph. I watched her do it. Fast forward to the wedding day. I'm doing my walkthrough about 3 hours before the ceremony. Checking the layout, making sure the flowers are right, all the normal stuff. That's when I noticed something weird. There's a white cargo van parked behind the venue near the service entrance. Not one of our approved vendor vehicles. I walk over, and there are 2 guys unloading cases of wine. boxes labeled with a winery I don't recognize. I ask them, "Hey, who are you with?" One of them goes, the bride hired us." "Madison?" I feel my eye twitch. I ask to see their paperwork. They show me an invoice from some discount wine club. 12 cases of wine, 8 cases of beer, and 4 bottles of whiskey. Total cost, $1,100. For reference, our in-house bar package for 150 guests runs about $3,800. So Madison decided to save $2,700 by smuggling in her own alcohol. Which, again, is explicitly against the contract she signed. Now here's where I made a strategic decision. I could have stopped it right there. Turned the van away, called Madison, had a confrontation before the ceremony. But I'd been doing this job for 8 years. I'd seen brides try this before. And I'd learned that if you stop them before the wedding, they cry, they beg, they promise to pay the difference, and somehow you become the villain who ruined the day. So I decided to wait. I let the ceremony happen. Beautiful vows. Everyone cried. Madison looked stunning, I'll give her that. Then came the cocktail hour. I watched the same 2 guys from the van setting up a bar in the corner of the reception space. They'd brought their own table, their own ice buckets, everything. They were literally pouring drinks for guests. I documented everything. Photos, timestamps, the works. I sent a text to my manager confirming I was about to enforce the contract. She gave me the green light. Then I waited for everyone to sit down for dinner. The room had about 150 guests. Madison and her new husband, let's call him Tyler, were at the head table. Parents on both sides, wedding party, the whole setup. I walked up to Madison with my iPad. "Hi Madison. I need to speak with you privately for a moment." She barely looked at me. "Can it wait? We're about to do toasts." "It cannot wait. It's regarding a contract violation." That got her attention. Her face went pale. I lowered my voice, but we were close enough to the head table that the parents could hear. "You've brought in outside alcohol, which is a direct violation of paragraph 4 of your contract. I'm going to need that bar shut down immediately, and all outside beverages will be confiscated." Madison's mom, this woman, immediately jumps in. "You can't be serious. It's her wedding day." "I'm completely serious, ma'am. The contract was signed and initialed. I have photographic evidence of the violation. Per the terms, we also reserve the right to retain the security deposit." Madison starts crying. "You're going to ruin my wedding over some wine?" "No, ma'am. You violated the contract. I'm simply enforcing it." I signaled to my staff. 2 of my guys walked over to the bootleg bar, politely told the guests it was being shut down, and started loading the cases back into boxes. There were gasps. Actual gasps from the guests. Madison's dad stood up. "This is ridiculous. I'll pay whatever fee you want." "Sir, it's not about the fee. It's about liability. Your unlicensed bartenders have been serving alcohol to guests for the past hour. If anyone drives home and gets into an accident, this venue is legally exposed. This isn't negotiable." That shut him up. The next 20 minutes were chaos. Madison sobbing. Tyler trying to calm her down while also looking like he wanted to disappear. The mother-in-law loudly announcing to anyone who would listen that we were monsters. But we had our approved bar staff ready to go. Within 30 minutes, we had our actual bar running. Guests could still drink. The reception continued. It was just $2,700 more expensive than Madison wanted. Now here's the kicker. 2 days later, Madison left us a 1-star review claiming we ambushed her and humiliated her in front of her family. She conveniently left out the part where she tried to commit contract fraud. I responded professionally with a summary of the situation and screenshots of the signed contract. Then Tyler's mom, who apparently had no idea what Madison had done, commented on the review saying she was appalled and that she'd paid for half the wedding costs. Madison deleted the review within the hour. 3 months later, I heard through the wedding vendor grapevine that Madison and Tyler were in counseling. Apparently the whole bootleg bar scheme was Madison's idea. She'd done it without telling Tyler, and his family was furious about the deception during what should have been a celebration of honesty and commitment. I don't know if they're still married. Honestly, I don't care. What I do know is that my contract now has an even more explicit clause about outside vendors, and I have zero hesitation about enforcing it. You sign a contract. You follow the contract. Simple.
Madison tried to save $2,700 and ended up losing her security deposit, her dignity, and apparently her marriage's first few months to counseling. Greed does that. It blinds you. Makes you think you're clever when you're actually just leaving a trail of evidence. But here's the thing about Madison. She only lied about money. She only violated a business contract. Our final bride? She violated something much worse. She violated trust. She violated vows before she even made them. And she violated her 12-year friendship with the one person who could burn it all down. The Maid of Honor. This is the story of how a wedding didn't just fail. It detonated. And everyone watched.
I want to start by saying I'm not proud of all of this. Some of it, yes. The truth-telling part. But the way everything exploded, that still sits with me. Her name was Jenna. We'd been best friends since sophomore year of high school. 12 years. I was there when she got her first car, first boyfriend, first heartbreak. She was there when my dad passed away. We were sisters in every way that mattered. So when she asked me to be her maid of honor, I cried. I said yes, immediately. That was 18 months ago. The first 6 months were fine. Jenna was engaged to a guy named Derek. They'd been together for 3 years, seemed solid. He was a software engineer, she was in pharmaceutical sales. Combined household income probably around $180,000. Not struggling. Remember that. They were not struggling financially. About 8 months before the wedding, Jenna sends the bridesmaid group chat. There were 5 of us, a link to the dresses she'd chosen. $487 each. I messaged her privately. Hey, that's a little steep. Can we look at other options? She replied, this is the aesthetic I need for my day. If you can't afford it, maybe you shouldn't be in the wedding party. That was the first red flag. But I convinced myself she was just stressed. Wedding planning is hard, right? Then came the alterations. $200 minimum per dress, because the style she picked basically required custom fitting. Then the shoes. She wanted us all in matching designer heels. $180. Then the hair and makeup. She booked a specific salon and said we all had to use them. $175 for hair, $125 for makeup. I started keeping a spreadsheet. Dress, $487. Alterations, $215. Shoes, $180. Hair, $175. Makeup, $125. Bachelorette, my share, $650. Bridal shower, my share, $340. Hotel for wedding weekend, $289. Total, $2,461. $2,461. To stand next to her while she said, I do. I tried to talk to her about it. Multiple times. Every conversation went the same way. This is MY Day. You agreed to be MOH, this is what it costs. If you loved me, you'd figure it out. 3 of the bridesmaids quietly dropped out by month 5. Jenna replaced them with cousins who, I later learned, she barely spoke to. But I stayed. Because 12 years. Because I kept hoping the Jenna I knew would come back. She didn't. The final straw wasn't even the money. It was how she treated us. She called me at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, screaming because I hadn't responded to a text about napkin colors within 2 hours. I was at the hospital. My mom had fallen. I told her that. Her response? Well, text me back when you can. This is time sensitive. She made one bridesmaid, a single mom working 2 jobs, drive 3 hours round trip to pick up favor bags because I don't have time and you're the only one without a real career. She told another bridesmaid she needed to lose at least 15 pounds before the wedding because she didn't want unflattering photos. I kept telling myself, just get through the wedding. Then you can distance yourself. Then I found out about Uncle Rick. Derek had a family reunion about 6 weeks before the wedding. Big thing, rented out a lake house, like 50 relatives there. I wasn't invited obviously, but I saw the photos on social media. That's when I noticed something weird. There's this photo of Jenna and an older guy, maybe early 50s, and they're standing a little too close. His hand is on her lower back. She's leaning into him. It looked off. I asked Jenna about it. Oh, that's just Derek's Uncle Rick. He's really friendly. I let it go. 2 weeks later, I was at Jenna's apartment helping her with seating charts. She went to take a shower, and her phone buzzed on the table. I wasn't trying to snoop. But the notification popped up on the screen. It was a text from someone saved as ARP with a fire emoji. The preview said, "Last night was incredible. Can't wait to feel you again before you're officially off the market," with a devil emoji. My stomach dropped. I knew I shouldn't have. But I picked up her phone. Her passcode was her birthday, I'd known it for years. I opened the messages. 6 months. She'd been sleeping with Derek's uncle for 6 months. There were photos. There were descriptions. She'd met up with him at hotels during work trips. They'd hooked up at the family reunion while Derek was fishing with his dad. This wasn't a drunk mistake. This was a calculated, ongoing affair with her fiancé's uncle. A man who was going to stand in the family section at her wedding. A man who was going to watch his nephew marry the woman he'd been sleeping with and just smile. I put the phone down. I sat there for probably 10 minutes, just trying to process. When Jenna came out of the shower, I told her I wasn't feeling well and left. For about a week, I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to confront her privately. Give her a chance to come clean to Derek herself. That's what a good friend would do, right? But then I thought about Derek. This guy who was about to marry her, completely clueless. Who was going to stand there and promise forever to someone who'd been sneaking around with his own uncle. And I thought about the past year. The $2,400. The screaming phone calls. The way she treated everyone like servants. The complete and total lack of respect for anyone but herself. And I realized something. Jenna didn't deserve a private conversation. She didn't deserve a chance to spin it, or lie, or make herself the victim. Derek deserved the truth. And I was going to give it to him. I reached out to Derek through LinkedIn. It felt weird, but I didn't have his number, and I didn't want Jenna to see any mutual social media activity. I said I had something important to tell him about Jenna and asked if we could meet privately. I promised I wasn't crazy. To his credit, he agreed. We met at a coffee shop 2 towns over. I showed him screenshots. I'd gone back into Jenna's phone, I know, and screenshotted everything. Dates, times, photos, messages. Derek just sat there, reading. For probably 15 minutes, he didn't say a word. Then he looked up at me and said, "It's my uncle. My Uncle Rick. He's been at every Christmas. Every Thanksgiving. He gave a speech at our engagement party about how happy he was for us." I didn't know what to say. Derek thanked me. He left. I didn't hear from him for 3 days. Then the internet exploded. Derek didn't just confront Jenna privately. He posted everything. Facebook. Instagram. He tagged Jenna. He tagged Uncle Rick. He tagged family members. He wrote a long, detailed post explaining exactly what happened, including that his maid of honor had been the one to discover it and bring it to him. The comments section was absolute chaos. Jenna's mom tried to defend her, saying everyone makes mistakes, and that Derek was overreacting. Derek's mom called Uncle Rick dead to this family, and announced she was changing her will. Cousins were fighting in the comments. People were picking sides. Someone made a TikTok summarizing the drama and it got 2 million views. The wedding was cancelled 3 days before the ceremony. Jenna lost the deposits on everything: venue, caterer, photographer, DJ. Probably $15,000 total. Uncle Rick's wife, yes, he was married, filed for divorce. Derek blocked Jenna on everything and apparently moved to Colorado for a fresh start. And me? Jenna texted me once. It said, "You ruined my life. I hope you're happy." I responded, "You ruined your own life. I just told the truth." Then I blocked her. Look, I'm not going to pretend I handled everything perfectly. Maybe I should have told her first. Maybe the way Derek went public was too much. But I don't regret telling him. He deserved to know before he legally bound himself to someone who was actively betraying him. He deserved the chance to walk away. And honestly, after a year of being treated like garbage, of being screamed at and used and dismissed, it felt good. It felt really good to finally stop protecting someone who never protected anyone but herself. I know that makes me sound petty. Maybe I am. But I'm also honest. The friendship was already dead. I just stopped pretending to mourn it.
3 stories. 3 industries. 3 women who confused customer with queen and bride with untouchable. The hotel Karen learned that the hospitality industry talks. That bands follow you. That the ocean doesn't care about your comfort. The venue violator learned that contracts have teeth. That saving money isn't clever if it costs you your dignity and your deposit. And the wedding ruiner? She learned the hardest lesson of all. You can't treat people like they're disposable and then expect their loyalty when it matters. You can't betray someone and expect their silence. You can't demand $2,400 in servitude and then be surprised when the person keeping your secrets decides they're not worth keeping anymore. Entitlement is a debt. And eventually, it comes due. If you've made it this far, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment telling me which story hit hardest. And remember, some people learn from their mistakes. The rest become stories in this archive. Until next time.